Hello, I'm Kat and today I'm going to be trying out the Glamlite The Lord of the Rings palette. So this is the first time that I've ever tried Glamlite, so I'm really excited to see what they're like. Like, they have had a few collections that I've been interested in, but I just couldn't justify like the pricing and things to get it before. But I did get this one as I love Lord of the Rings. It's one of my favourite like movie series. So I really wanted to get something from the collection. I would have loved to get the whole collection, but pricing was just too much for that. So I did just get the eyeshadow palette. I bought this directly from their website and I paid £49.80 in total. So about £50 for an eyeshadow palette, which obviously some of that was shipping. I can't obviously do that all the time. So I will tell you the shipping was £16. So coming from America, I'm not too, like, I think that's okay. Obviously it's more than I would like to pay. Like, I would like to pay, I guess, less than £10 for like shipping, but it's not the highest shipping that I've seen. And then for the palette I actually paid £25.50 because I used a discount code. It's normally like £30, so I'm pretty pleased with that. Like £50 like with the shipping for the eyeshadow palette. And I did order this on the 24th of May and I've had it, I don't know, maybe a week now. So what was that, like maybe 3 weeks it took to get to me, which coming from America, I don't know, I kind of expect that really. So like I'm fine with that. So it has been out for a little while now, like a month, because I didn't order it on the day it released. So you may have already seen some people reviewing this already. But we have got the outer box here, so you've got this kind of scene with the Fellowship on the front. So this is a 20 colour palette, and then it opens up here, so almost a bit like a book, I guess. And you've got Lord of the Rings over here, and then you've got the eyeshadow palette here. So, and then here's the actual palette. So you've got like a picture of Middle Earth on the front there. It's quite cool. And then you just got the back. So it just says, begin your journey with the officially licensed The Lord of the Rings X Glamlite Middle Earth palette. This 20 colour palette offers stunning ranges of warm earthy tones, celebrating the Fellowship of the Ring and their legendary journey from the Shire to Mordor. And then we shall show you inside. So here we go. So you have got a little kind of like mountains design on the mirror there. And yeah, here's the palette. So I'm pretty pleased with the shadows inside, I think. Like the colour story. Like when I was thinking of Lord of the Rings, I guess I didn't really know what to, I don't know, expect. Like I guess kind of greens, like if you're thinking of like the scenery. So they do have the greens, and I guess like the elves, they've got the kind of more, I don't know, like ethereal, like light shades. But I'm pretty happy with what this looks like, and I think it's fairly different from like some of the palettes that I've seen them do like in the past, like recently. So like I'm happy to dig into this and see what it looks like and create. So I'll pop up some swatches on the screen for you. So we've got 20 shades with 10 shimmers and 10 mattes. So I couldn't actually find any information like about each of the shades, and there wasn't anything listed on their website or like their Instagram. So I don't know if we have any sort of like duochromes or anything like that. So we will just have to go on like the swatches that I've done and I guess what they look like when I start to put them on the eye. And also from swatching them, like my thoughts on the shadows so far. Like the shimmers were all very lovely, like really soft to swatch, and the mattes were quite pigmented and soft as well. So swatch wise, like I'm happy with the quality of them. So we shall see how they are on the eyes. So obviously looking at this palette, I feel like I have to do a green look, like I just have to. Like I love greens, and I don't know, the whole like theme of like the first movie is just like green with the mountains, isn't it? So I feel like I have to do a green look. But then I did also want to do like using some of these lighter shimmers, maybe like the purpley ones. Like we'll do a bit more of a elven ethereal like lighter look. So I think I will do that one first. seeing as I've got a lighter dress on today. So I don't know, we'll use some of these shades, like maybe the kind of purpley row. And we've got this light one here called Galadriel. Yeah, this one's called Arwen, this purple. And I think this one was a very pretty shade, the Fellowship. Yeah, so we'll do more of a kind of softer, lighter look for one. And then we'll go in with a dark, like greeny look for the other one. First up, I'm going to go in with this shade here called Even Star. So it's a bit kind of like, is it a periwinkle shade? Like lavender, periwinkle. And then I'm just going to put this like in my crease, and I think on the kind of outer corner I'll just kind of blend it all over. Oh, should I just blend it all over? I'm going to put shimmers on top, but maybe. So this is quite a light shade, so I might need to pack this on a bit, possibly. Oh yeah, sorry about missing a video last week. It was just so hot, like I just couldn't film. Like my room was just too hot, like the whole house was just so hot. I just can't film when it's like that. And I mean, like if I'm like sweating, like how am I supposed to do my makeup, you know, like when my skin is just like hot and sweaty, you know. And obviously I can't have the fan on when I'm filming, because then you won't hear me, you'll just hear the fan. So I did, yeah, end up just skipping a video last week. And now that it's cooled down a bit, I've kind of like opened the window in my room, so like it's cooling the room down. Like I opened it yesterday, it was quite breezy yesterday, so like it cooled the room down, and I left it open overnight, so it is a bit cooler in here today. Although I am already starting to get hot, like obviously I've got the lights on me as well, so like that makes it hotter. Okay, it's not looking too bad, it's quite nice. I might add one of them lighter like shimmers, put it in there like brow bone to add in that kind of shimmer look. So I'm just going to pop some of this in the outer corner as well. I've just swatched a few of the shimmers here. So I feel like this one could be a duochrome, because it does seem to shift from like kind of a, I don't know, it's almost like a periwinkle, like a bluey purple, to then like a dark, like, I don't know, grey almost. So I'm not very good at describing these. This is why I like to look on their website so I can get it right, like what the shifts are. Because I know there's a couple of brands that describe them very well, so I'm very pleased with that. Like I'm surprised, like this is quite a big brand and they don't do that. So it's very pretty. That's the Fellowship, by the way. And we've got Galadriel here, which is like a very light kind of, it's not, it's like gold, but it's very light. It's like a pale gold. And then we've got Arwen in the middle, which is like kind of purpley pink. So I do want to use some of these. I'm thinking we use Galadriel's like just like in the corner highlight, and I might put it in the brow bone up here. But do we use both of these? Because I don't want to go too dark, so I think I want to use like the more lighter ones. But seeing as this one does have like maybe a shift to it, maybe we put that one like out here a bit, and then can almost add a bit of depth to the look with the shift. I'm not sure if I'm going to go in with another shade and like deepen up the look. I think the only one that might be okay to use would be a Golem, which is this one, and I'll just kind of go in with it gently to like build up a bit of depth in the outer corner, because I don't want to add too much like colour or like darkening. I want to keep it quite light, you know. So let's go in with maybe these two shimmers then. We'll see what that looks like. I'm going to go in with Arwen first, so that's this one here. This is just so pretty, this shade. So I'm going to put this on like the kind of inner half of the lid. Oh, so pretty. Okay, it's not actually super light. Kind of blend it out almost, so it's not packed on too much. It's almost like a sheer layer of shimmer. Just bring it over. Okay, that looks quite pretty. Okay, so you can get a softer look with it if you kind of blend out more, or you can go in like really quite intense like and get a darker look. So that's quite nice. I'm going to go in with the Fellowship shade here now. So I'm just going to put this on like the kind of outer half here. So again, I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to kind of blend it out, like not pack it on too much. So we can kind of get the colour, but it's like a softer rather than intense. Okay, I have kind of done it all over those, so I don't know whether we'll do a deeper shade or not. Maybe we'll just keep the look like this. Okay, so it's quite pretty. So I don't think we'll get the shift as much on the eye because I haven't packed it on. Maybe we'll put a little bit more on. I don't want to make it too dark. Right, so what do we do now? Do I put on that Golem shade just to like deepen up or anything? Maybe, I might do a little bit. Have I got a small brush? I'm thinking maybe I just put like a little bit out here, almost like doing like a wing, just to add like a tiny bit of definition to the eye. That's this one down here called a Golem. So I've kind of patted off the excess, so I can just go in gently with it. Okay, can you see the difference there? Like I feel like this does, like it's giving me a bit of shape to the eyes. Like I haven't even put on that much. I probably should have done this before all the shimmer, but never mind. There we go, so we just got a little bit of kind of like definition there on the eye. I think I need to adjust this side. Okay, so there's just a little bit of definition, so it's like a blurred out winged liner almost. So just got a little bit, and I think that looks really good actually. I'm not sure what I'm going to put under the eyes. I might leave them like clear, or maybe I put a bit of a shimmer on just to keep the kind of glowy look. Let's do a little bit of that Galadriel, so this really light pale gold. We'll put a bit of that under the brow bone, so up here. I don't know how well you can see that on camera right now. So this used to be like a thing years ago. I don't know like what year it was they put in highlighter on the brow bone, but I don't think people really do it so much now, do they? Okay, and then I might use that as like highlighter over here just to tie everything in. But I think this is going to be it for the look. Oh yes, and I'll put some on the inner corner as well. So we'll have to pick a nice lip colour for this. Like I'm thinking maybe a nude or like a pinky nude. We'll see. I'll have a look what I've got. So here's the finished look, so very kind of soft and shimmery. For the lips, I decided to put on this She Glam Wonka one actually, and this is in Hot Fudge, which it's got a bit of like kind of like a purpley hint to it. If you can see on the bottle, I mean it looks a lot darker in the bottle, but it's just got like this, it's like a brownie with a purpley hint to it. Obviously it's just a lip gloss, it's not like a fully opaque one, but I actually think it goes quite well. I was just thinking like the kind of like the Arwen lip colour, so obviously I don't think I have a lip colour like that, but Glamlite actually done like a lip kit, and I would say this was more of a, I don't know, like a sheer colour similar to that maybe. I would have actually liked to have got the Glamlite, I think it was called Rivendell lip kit or something. I would have liked to get that too. Maybe I can get that in the future sometime to try out. But yeah, this is the finished look. It's very light, shimmery. I did put some of that Galadriel shimmer on my cheeks as well as a bit of a highlight, and in a corner, and obviously on the brow bone I just touched up. But I think it looks very pretty. So obviously this look is very light, so I have only tried out like a few of the shades in this palette. So obviously I've tried out the lighter shades, but we tried out 1, 2, 3, 4, I did try out 5 shades. I did go in with this one a little bit as well, like very gently, just to add the bit of depth. But so far I'm really quite happy with the palette. Like the shimmers are very pretty, obviously they're not super intense. I did blend them out. I know with this one definitely I could have got him a lot more intense. Like when I swatched it, it's quite intense, but I've kind of sheared it out more so it's a bit lighter and softer. And the matte, I mean I'm pretty happy with that. Obviously it is the very light shade, it's kind of like pastel-y, so it's not going to be super like intense and like pigmented, but I'm pretty happy with how that went on the eye. And again, this Gollum one, I kind of went into that very gently, like I tapped the excess off on my hand, so I was going very gentle. But so far I'm quite happy with like the formula and like the quality of the shadows. In the next look I'm going to go for a green one, so we are going to use a lot of these colours, like this row here I guess, and we have got this green here, but we will go in and actually like see the pigment. Well, like we'll do some packing on the shadows. Like I definitely want to get this green out here, and this one I'm going to use that as an inner corner like highlight. I think that looks very pastel, I think that would look great, and this was a very pretty green when I swatched it as well, so I'm looking forward to that in the next look. As I mentioned, I'm going to do a green look because we've got lots of greens in here and I just feel like I have to do one. So we are going to use, I think, pretty much all of them. So we have got this entire row here of greens, and we also have a green here. This one is more of a brown. I feel like it's got almost like a greeny tinge to it, but I think it is mostly a brown. I'm trying to find a swatch on my swatches. Oh no, there it is. Okay. So it's actually, yeah, it's a very murky kind of green brown, but we're not going to go for that one. We're going to go for this dark green here, and I think all these other greens here. So I am kind of deciding what to do exactly, because I was thinking of putting this one here, this very light green, as like the inner corner highlight, but I've just been swatching it on my hand and I'm not sure it's actually going to be light enough for me to be in highlight, so I might actually just use the light green shimmer for that instead. And I don't know, maybe we'll use this just to blend around the edges possibly. But I think to start with I'm going to go in with this kind of like medium brown called Samwise and just blend out in the crease and outer corner. And I am trying to decide whether to do any sort of like, I don't know, detail, which I'm wondering whether to go in with like the silver up here, the Galadriel, which could be nice. I don't know, I'll think about that later. So first up, this shade here. So I'm just going to put this over most of the lid, I think. So it's going on quite nicely. I might try and just, I don't know, because look is going to be quite like dark. I might try and bring it out more than I usually do, maybe. So, I mean, that is blending quite nicely. So I don't know whether we might go in with that lighter green, just blend out even more over here. Just gonna bring it down onto the lid here as well. Okay, it's looking quite nice. You know what, it's like 7 AM right now, and I've got my mum coming over this morning, like, to visit, so I was like, I should really get this filming done before she gets here, so I can like start editing the video like once she's gone. And yeah, so I'm filming at like 7 AM. Although it's not that I've only just got up, like I've actually been up since, I think I got up at like 5. I woke up around 4ish and just, you know, laid in bed for a bit, but then I got up about 5, which I've actually been doing for like weeks now. I feel like I kind of wake up with the sun, you know, I'm like a flower. So like the sun comes up and then I like wake up. So in the summertime I have been waking up around 5, getting up. But it's quite nice because like it's really like quiet, and I don't know, it's kind of like fresh, I guess, outside. So like I've started to have my window open now, like in this room, and so I'm getting a bit of like a breeze in, and it's quite nice. I do like it early morning, no one's awake, or you know, hardly anyone. It's like my time of day. Alright, I think that would do for the green, which I'm really liking how that looks. So I'm gonna go in with that light green now, actually, this one here called Merry, and I'm just gonna put that on the like edge and just like blend that out more. Okay, I'm not sure this brush is the best, but I want something really like quite fluffy. So should I use this bigger one? Although I don't obviously want to go too far. I'll try not to put too much on. Okay, I think that's working better. Okay. Yeah, so I can see it a little bit, but it is quite close to my like skin tone, I would say, even with it being green, like that sort of like depth. So I might have to put quite a bit on to like build up any colour. That's looking quite good. I don't think it's showing up too much on camera, but I do just wanted to blend out that other green. Alright, let's move on to the darker green now. So we're going to be going in with this shade down here called Boromir. So this is a very deep green. And then, I mean, I'm just going to put it out here a lot, I think. I'm not sure if I want to do like a certain like shape or anything, like I think I want to do just like the standard deepen up the outer corner, I think. Is very quite dark compared to that other green. Make sure I blend it in. So I'm going to go in with that green shimmer, which I think is quite dark as well. And then we'll do the very light shimmer on the inner corner. So this is going to end up a very dark look, I think. I think we'll bring this under the eye too. Oh my god, I just made a mess of it there. Okay, we'll have to clean that up. Something like that. I think I just want to go for that. So I'm gonna have to clean this bit up here, but yeah. So I think I'm just gonna kind of pack the colour on and like build it up and blend it out until it looks good. Okay, what do we think with that? So like I have put the like dark shade on the eye and I've like blended it out here, but then I've kind of like packed it on more here, so it almost looks like a liner as well, which I think that looks kind of nice. Although I'm going to go in and put that shimmer on, so it might even meet up with it over here, we'll see. I think I might leave it like this for now and maybe I'll come back to it. Alright, so let's go in with the dark shimmer. Oh, I'm almost wondering whether or not to put that dark shimmer on now actually. Let me just swatch them again. So this is the very dark shimmer. So if I do put that on, it is just gonna like cover everywhere. Or I could like keep the look like this and just put this light green shimmer on. Which, shall I do that? Because like this kind of looks nice like this. I mean, it will look nice with this too, but we'll probably lose the kind of, I don't know, the gradient I've done and then this like darker line effect if I put this on. So I might just go in with this light green. We'll just kind of put that all the way. I might put that almost all the way in, shall I? So where's my other swatches? We've got Galadriel, which is just kind of like, I feel like it's a very, very like pale gold silvery shade actually. Like a kind of off-white, you know? And then we've got Bilbo, which that one is more of a gold. So it does look silvery, but I feel like it does have just like a hint of that like warmth to it. So it's not like a straight up silver. Okay, so that's her two. So shall I go in with this green first? And we won't go all the way into like an inner corner. We'll see how that looks. If I am gonna leave the eyes like this though, I will have to probably go in and kind of like tidy it up a bit, because I have left it kind of messy. Although it doesn't exactly look bad, but I will go in and tidy it up a bit. Anyway, let's go in with that green shimmer. So that's this one up here called the Shire. Okay, I'm thinking I will put that Galadriel shade. I think it would be too much if I bring the green all the way around. So I actually cleaned up this edge so it was like sharper, but I actually preferred it before when it was kind of like blended out more, so I'm just trying to blend it out a bit again, which is a bit difficult. So I'm gonna have to make it messy and then tidy it up again, but not quite as much as I was. So I think that would do for the eyes. I will put that Galadriel shade on as an inner corner highlight, but I think I'm quite happy with how this one turned out. So I will put on some lashes as well, which I think I'll put on these ones that I've been using quite a lot recently, as I quite like how they look on my eyes. I do want to get myself like the single band style like this though, so I do need to look into that. But I think that might be it for the look. Here's the finished look, and I love how this one came out. Like, I love the greens here, and that light green shimmer is so pretty. So I love this. Let me know what you think. So I went for a nudie kind of lip for this one. So this is the Revolution Air Blur in a Whisper. So I wanted something kind of soft, obviously. I wanted to keep the focus on the eyes. And I did go in with, because my lips are a bit dry. Like, I really like how this one looks, but it was showing like my lips being a bit kind of dry. So I did put on top this Revolution like lip oil, which has got some like shimmer in it, which I thought maybe that could like tie into the lips, to the lips, tie in with the eyes. Although you can't, like, there's a hint there, you can't see it too much. And I did also put a bit of that Galadriel eyeshadow on the cheeks as like a bit of a highlight, just like a little bit. Obviously it's not designed as a highlight, so I feel like it doesn't show up like an awful lot. Although I did use a brush, I didn't use my finger, so maybe if I used my finger it would be more intense. But yeah, I'm really happy with this like whole look here. And my eyebrows, actually, I was doing them for ages. Like, I feel like I'm getting worse at doing my eyebrows. Like, they were just not, I don't know what's going on. Like, I just gave up in the end, and it was like, whatever, that's how they're gonna be. Anyway, on to my thoughts on the palette. So I'm actually really enjoying this so far, and like, I really like all the shadows that I use. So I'm loving the greens, obviously. I didn't get to use this dark green called Frodo here, but I do like how that one looked in a swatch, so I probably will use that at some point. And then the first look, I done the kind of purpley look, didn't I? Like the light one, which looked really nice as well. So I'm really happy with all them shades that I used. And I really want to use this shade here, actually, the Gimli one. And I kind of feel like that would look really good with like the green. But yeah, I'm really quite happy with like the colour story of this. I was trying to think, like, as I was finishing up my makeup, like, if I was thinking of a Lord of the Rings palette, what kind of like colour story would I think of? And I don't know, I guess it was kind of hard to think of, actually, because I guess there would be, like, you'd think of the different areas of the world, I suppose. So obviously you've got the Shire, and then you've got the elves, which I feel like they're kind of like greens, you know, they obviously got the trees and all that sort of thing, like kind of earthy almost. So obviously the Shire is a bit more like earthy than the elves. So I guess Shire, hobbits, like greens, and then maybe like browns, which you have got some, and the elves obviously greens, and I guess they're quite elegant, aren't they, and like ethereal, which you've got kind of your shimmers, and you've got like the purpley ones, which I did think purple, but then there is Arwen, she wears a kind of purpley dress at one point in the movie, doesn't she? So I guess that's where that kind of comes from, so I feel like that does fit. And then we've got, I guess you've got like the humans and all their sort of land, haven't you? Which I guess that is more kind of neutrally colours, maybe. What have we got? So we've got like Aragon down here, and We've got like Gandalf kind of grey. Yeah, Gandalf the grey, isn't it? I only just realised that. So obviously it was a grey. What else we got? And then the other part you've got is like all the orcs and like Mordor, which is very dark. So I feel like maybe you haven't got so much of that. You've got like the black, which is obviously Sauron over here, and Gollum is kind of like a deeper one. But then what else have we got? Yeah, so I would say there's not as much for the like kind of Mordor darker areas. But then is this focused on, it does just say Middle Earth, because I don't know whether this is just like the whole kind of series or if it's just focused on the Fellowship. Because I think, was it the PR box said like the Fellowship of the Ring on it or something? Like this just says Middle Earth, so I'm not sure if it's like, if they're doing more for like the other kind of movies or if this is like the full collection for like to cover all of them. But I do think the colour story does work quite well for the movies actually, so I'm pretty happy with it. And quality wise, Glamlite, this is the first time I've tried them and I'm actually really happy with it. Like, they are probably one of the top qualities I think out of the ones that I have tried. If I do compare them to my favourite brand, Cosmic Beauty, their formula I think is like my favourite out of everything that I own. So I do think they're still on top. So I wouldn't say, in my opinion, with what I like, that this was as good as Cosmic Beauty, but it's definitely up there in the top. So yeah, I am impressed with this and I would definitely try out more from Glamlite. I have seen a lot of like, I guess, collections that I have been interested in, so maybe in the future I will be able to try them out some more. Oh yeah, so on the back here it does say celebrating the Fellowship of the Ring and their legendary journey from the Shire to Mordor. Although I guess they are just the Fellowship, aren't they? Yeah, so I don't know whether they will be doing any more like collections or if this is just the only one. Like, I would love to see more. I would actually love to see more from like other brands too, because I think that would be really good. Like maybe like more affordable brand possibly. Glamlite is, I don't know, it wasn't too expensive, I guess. But like maybe a more affordable brand like Colourpop or something could do like a collection. Like I think that would be good for like, I don't know, more people to be able to get something of like a movie series like they really love. Yes, so I'm really happy that I was able to get my hands on this. I did see on their website that they're out of stock of the like the bag that they had, which I was hoping maybe in the future I would have been able to get that, but as soon as that's out of stock, I'm not sure if they really restock these things, so I might not be able to get that. I think what was the other thing was like the lip kit, wasn't it? The Rivendell lip kit. I think that's the only other thing I'd maybe be interested in getting. Yeah, so let me know your thoughts on this palette. Which of the two looks that I created from it do you like the best? Are you a fan of Lord of the Rings? Did you get anything from this collection? Would you like to see other brands like collab with Lord of the Rings? I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, give it a like and subscribe if you'd like to see more from me, and I shall see you next time. Bye!